What's something people don't know about international law? It's a complex and often misunderstood field that governs the relationships between nations. Many assume it only deals with treaties and diplomatic relations, but it encompasses much more, including human rights, environmental law, and even the prosecution of war crimes. It doesn't stop at borders. International law is designed to transcend national boundaries, ensuring that justice can be pursued no matter where a crime occurs. This is particularly important in cases involving crimes against humanity, where the perpetrators often believe they can evade justice by hiding behind their country's borders. Let's dive into the arrest of former President Duterte. This event has sent shockwaves through the Philippines and the international community, raising questions about accountability and the rule of law. On March 7, 2025, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, charging him with crimes against humanity related to his war on drugs. This marked a significant moment in international justice, as the ICC took a firm stand against alleged abuses of power. The charges stem from Duterte's controversial anti-drug campaign, which has been widely criticized for its brutal tactics and high death toll. Human rights organizations have long called for accountability, and the ICC's actions represent a major step in that direction. Just a few days later, Duterte was arrested at Manila Airport, sparking a wave of controversy. The arrest was swift and unexpected, catching many by surprise and igniting a fierce debate over its implications. The arrest has polarized the nation, with supporters and critics voicing their opinions loudly. Social media platforms have been flooded with reactions ranging from outrage to relief. Supporters of Duterte, including his daughter and Vice President Sara Duterte, called the arrest an act of oppression and persecution. They argue that Duterte's actions were necessary to combat the drug problem in the Philippines. Rallies have been held across the country, with Duterte's supporters demanding his release and denouncing the ICC's intervention. The emotional intensity of these protests highlights the deep divisions within Philippine society. Meanwhile, Duterte himself stated, "I will be responsible for everything," as he was transported to The Hague. His defiant stance has only fueled the controversy, with many wondering what his defense will be. The journey to The Hague marks a new chapter in this unfolding drama. As Duterte faces trial, the world will be watching closely to see how the proceedings unfold and what evidence will be presented. So where does President Bongbong Marcos stand in all this? His position is particularly significant given his political alliance with Duterte during the election campaign. Critics argue that Marcos betrayed Duterte, pointing out that Duterte supported Marcos during his campaign. This perceived betrayal has added another layer of complexity to the situation. The alliance between Duterte and Marcos was seen as a strategic move to consolidate power. However, the recent events have put a strain on this relationship, leading to speculation about Marcos's true intentions. However, Marcos defended his actions, stating that the arrest was proper and correct, following legal procedures and responding to an Interpol notice. He emphasized the importance of upholding the rule of law, even when it involves political allies. The involvement of Interpol underscores the international dimension of this case. It highlights the collaborative efforts of various agencies to ensure that justice is served, regardless of political affiliations. The charges against Duterte are serious. The ICC alleges that over 6,000 people died during his anti-drug campaign, with many of these deaths being extrajudicial killings. The ICC alleges that over 6,000 people died during his anti-drug campaign, with independent monitors suggesting much higher numbers. These figures have been a point of contention, with human rights groups calling for thorough investigations. Independent monitors and human rights activists have been vocal about the need for accountability. They argue that the true scale of the violence has yet to be fully uncovered, and that justice for the victims is long overdue. Yet Duterte plans to argue self-defense in court. His legal team is preparing a robust defense, claiming that his actions were necessary to protect the country from the scourge of drugs. The arrest has polarized opinions. Some see it as a long overdue step towards justice, while others view it as a politically motivated attack. Victims' families expressed relief and a desire for justice, hoping that the trial will bring closure and accountability for the loss of their loved ones. Meanwhile, Duterte's supporters protested both in Manila and The Hague, arguing that the arrest is an affront to Philippine sovereignty and a violation of Duterte's rights. This moment is a landmark in Philippine political and legal history, raising questions about justice and betrayal. It has the potential to reshape the country's political landscape and influence future governance. The case against Duterte is not just about one man, it's about the broader principles of justice, accountability, and the rule of law. What do you think? Did Marcos betray Duterte, or is he upholding justice and international law? The answer to this question will likely shape the future of Philippine politics and its relationship with the international community. Let us know in the comments. Your opinions matter and contribute to the ongoing discussion about this critical issue. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Stay informed and engaged as this story continues to develop.